Plates ready? This is Food School, Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. Want to feel amazing, love the way you look in the mirror, and perform your absolute best in the gym, at work, and in life? You're definitely in the right place. Food, it's you. It builds every single cell of you. And if there is one thing every human being must master, it's food. Because at the very least, eating, you do it every day, several times a day, every single day. You might as well get good at it. I'm your host, Shurina from Create Yourself That Today, your personal nutritionist and plate watcher, your diet guide and explorer, your fat loss coach and food inspector. And just someone with a lot of passion and obsession and curiosity for healthy food, healthy diets, nutrition, optimized human performance, everything and absolutely anything you put in your grocery shopping cart, your fridge, on your plate, and in your mouth. It's my business. Food School, on a mission to help you eat better daily.
It's the last time I talk about food. It's the last time I talk about food.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. Today is Friday, and after all the serious episodes, we're going to talk about something lighter, something more interesting, more fascinating, and something more fun. And of course, it's going to be about food, about nutrition, about health. So today is food news episode. I love doing this sometimes to let you know why I'm so excited about food and nutrition industry these days. You know, guys, a lot of you probably think that, oh my God, there is so much junk and so much unhealthy foods out there that it seems like most of the food is not edible. And it is partly true, but it is also true that we learn from our mistakes and our food industry because of our awareness and of our expanding knowledge and because of our consumer demands, because we want better health, we want better food, we want to thrive, not just survive, barely living, right? We want better food supply. Because of all of that, food industry and technology, they start moving into the right direction. We learn from our mistakes and we make it better. First, our task as food industry, as society, was to feed ourselves, to give ourselves enough calories, not to starve. And there are a lot of people that are still starving. I believe it's still in millions, maybe even more. I don't know, but for sure in millions. So the first task was to feed ourselves. And now that we learned how to feed ourselves efficiently and effectively, now it's time to upgrade the quality of our food. And that's where we are right now. And again, our technology, our food industry, our health industry unite and make it happen. And that's why I'm so excited about where we are now. We are only at the beginning. And with food news today, I'm trying to bring to you some of that excitement. So first, when I started to do my regular research on food news, what's going on in food industry, ingredients, nutrition, what's on the shelves of supermarkets in different parts of the world, Americas, Europe, Asia, there is whole world out there. There is a lot of research is going on in Israel, actually, a lot of food startups that are very innovative, that create new ingredients, new foods, new ways of making foods. So a lot of news is coming out from Israel these days, and I'm planning to spend some time there exploring this food scene later this year. So anyway, as I've been doing exploring of food news, and I read a couple of pieces on new kinds of meats, right? And there is this term that you probably are aware of, plant-based meat alternatives. Plant-based meat. For me, guys, when I hear that, I want to say, what the fuck? Like, plant-based meat. Can't we just agree to eat good quality animal products or plant products? Why do we have to make fake stuff? Like if you decided to stop eating meat for any reason is okay with me. Why would you want to eat fake meat? Like why? Couldn't you stick to vegetables? I don't know, like get creative at cooking your vegetables. Stop making some fake stuff that is not similar to nutrition to meat at all. And if you think that you need nutrition from your meat, then eat real meat, like of good quality. That's how it's supposed to be. And that's actually where I believe our industry will eventually move, not to more of fake stuff. Why would you want to substitute your good quality meat for some soy and vegetable oils, basically junk food that your body wouldn't even digest or recognize, and it definitely will not add to your health. So plant-based meat, guys, my advice, eat your vegetables or your meats. If you decided to go vegan or vegetarian, then do it properly with real foods. I can, understand that we are trying to create meat alternatives cell-based, meaning growing cells with the same nutrition, the same taste and flavor experience as real meat, basically being equal substitute to meat. I can understand that. So we don't, kill animals if it's not needed. But trying to create plant-based meat, it's kind of like really fake. Anyway, besides that, food as medicine. That is our first news for today. While the idea of using food and not just drugs to manage illness may sound like a foreign idea to some, the notion is gaining a toehold in the medical community and among some progressive insurers that are focused on preventative health and general wellness. So basically this news is about more and more people in medical community, in health and wellness community, in health insurance community, get the idea finally that food changes our health fundamentally, that we are cell by cell made from the foods we eat, and that food is more powerful than any medicals. Food cannot, of course, be an antibiotic, and when you have like an infection that can kill you, food will not help. It cannot act that fast. But when it comes to long-term health and wellness and preventative measures, food is your best choice. Because again, food is not just some calories or fuel. Food is what you're made of. Every 7 years or so, every cell in your body, including your bones, your brain, your heart, every cell is replaced with a new one, and that new cell is made from what you eat. So if you eat junky ingredients, guess what? Your cells will work like junk, and don't be surprised to not feel right and go down with all kinds of diseases if you eat junk. So food as medicine, it's gonna stay, and you're gonna see more and more of different kinds of meal kits that are targeted to prevent or help you to manage some condition, like, for example, diabetes or heart disease, or other degenerative diseases and chronic diseases. So don't be surprised to see a lot of that. And by the way, guys, I'm going to link all the articles with the relevant information in the show notes. So look out for that if you're curious and want to read more about that. The next piece of news is trans fats. So from Food Dive. The dozen members of the International Food and Beverage Alliance, including Nestle, Coca-Cola, PepsiCo, and a lot of other big companies, have agreed to limit industrially produced trans fats to 2 grams per 100 grams of fat or oil in their products by 2023. This action is to respond to the World Health Organization's goal of eliminating these trans fats from the global food supply by 2023. World Health Organization has estimated consumption of industrial trans fats, which are in many processed foods, including snacks, baked items, and fried products, contributes to more than 500,000 deaths annually from cardiovascular disease. So guys, the point of that news, of me delivering you that news, is to understand that trans fats and ingredients that cause death, according to World Health Organization, are still in our food supply. And that's why you need to learn how to, on a basic level, read ingredient labels, nutrition labels, and avoid those ingredients like trans fats, for example, that are still in our food supply that actually cause disease. Like if World Health Organization says it causes disease and as many as 500,000, and believe me, this is underestimation, it means that that actually kills you. It's not going to kill you right away. It's probably going to take maybe a couple of years, maybe, depends what kind of health you have right now and what kind of genes you have and the rest of your lifestyle factors. But if you're eating trans fats that are in a lot of snacks and packaged goods, baked goods, then guess what, guys? You probably are making your life shorter. So this article is also going to be in the show notes if you're curious about that. Now on the lighter news, crickets. If you are following me on my Instagram, that you probably saw the piece about Sweden, and I'm trying in this video cricket and some other nuts and dates, all whole food ingredients. So I'm trying this snack bar that I brought from Sweden, that was made in Sweden, that contains crickets, right? And so more and more companies are looking into insects as an alternative protein source. And I'm very positive about it because insects have additional benefit of fiber because their exoskeleton, or the harder parts of insects, have that same kind of material that plant fiber has. Plus, the nutritional profile of insect protein is very close to big animal protein, but also insects are very sustainable for the environment. They take very little resources to grow them, and they're really fast to grow, and again, really friendly to the environment when managed well. So more and more different kinds of snacky or snacks companies introduce crickets into their bars, but also some companies do things like smoked crickets. There is this company, Eat Grub created smoky BBQ crunchy roasted crickets. So it's going to actually hit the shelves of in the UK, the shelves of supermarkets very soon. And soon you're going to see more and more crickets because, again, good source of nutrition, of protein. The next item on the food news, like this is a trend. You're going to see more and more alternative ingredients to all kinds of animal powders, like whey protein, for example, going to be again substituted with something like cricket powder, or for example, if you like eating some crackers, then instead of gluten loaded grains in the wheat or oat or barley, you're going to see ancient grains, what is called ancient grains, like quinoa or amaranth or buckwheat, that are actually seeds and do not contain all the gluten naturally. And you're going to see more of those alternative ingredients in all kinds of foods. Next news from the world of supplements, guys. I'm not a huge fan of supplements. Like, I prefer you to get everything and maximum of the nutrition from the whole foods. And the main idea behind that is, in whole foods, vitamins, minerals, all kinds of nutrients are in the form that your body is is used to absorb. So they're more what is called bioavailable, meaning your body has to do less work to get the nutrients out, and your body can absorb more of that nutrients. So when it comes to supplements, a lot of companies, and that's where usually you see difference in price, a lot of companies make supplements that are not that of bioavailable, making that, that thing expensive urine. And so more and more companies are looking not into different nutrients. There are probably not so many vitamins and minerals to discover, but more and more companies are looking into different forms how to deliver those nutrients so they're more bioavailable and more recognizable by our body. So for example, this New Jersey-based company, it's called Healthy Cell, started to create, and well, they already created, and you might see them soon on the shelves of supermarket or, in Amazon, shopping at Amazon. So they created supplements gel-based. So basically it's flavored gel that contains certain nutrients. And they did a lot of experiments, and some of them are still going on and the results going to come up after this summer. So they did these tests on their formulation that is gel-like, and other formulations that are in pill or powders. And the results they got so far are amazing. And they say, we cannot say that our formulations or our nutrition in our supplements is absorbed like 450% better, but they can say that that the nutrition in their supplements, vitamins, minerals are absorbed better compared again to tablets, to pills, to powders in a gel form. And also they use all the more natural ingredients, like for example different sorts of fibers and prebiotics that have additional benefits of gut health. And so stay on the lookout of that. And the company, again, Healthy Cell, and you can find the link to this article about this company and about their supplements in the show notes too. But as a general idea, when you buy your supplements, don't go for the cheapest one. That probably means that those supplements are synthetic and really, really poorly absorbed. And the best case scenario, they don't harm your body and just pass through it. The worst case, of course, is a lot of them have ingredients that have either immediate or delayed negative effect. So choose your supplements wisely, and if you need any help, ask me. And you can shoot your questions to Angela@createyourself.today or find me on any social media. Another kind of interesting and cool thing is Good Pod that was presented at some of the fitness and nutrition and health convention this year. And this is basically kind of like coffee pod, but for supplements and vitamins, and it blends the stuff into the liquid of your choice. So you basically take any glass you have, a plastic glass or a glass made of glass, and you put there the liquid of your choice, water, almond milk, maybe cold coffee, maybe hot coffee. I'm not sure about hot coffee, but anyway. And then the machine itself, it's this small machine. You get different kinds of pods for it, and the company partners with different supplement producers. And so you insert that pod into the machine, and it blends what's in the pod. And usually, again, those can be pre-workouts, protein shakes, vitamins and minerals. And the machine blends all of that into the liquid of your choice, and you just drink it. So the video of that is kind of cool video. You can also find in the show notes, and it's a pretty cool thing, just another creative way of delivering your vitamins and minerals. And this company in particular targets office workers and people with nutritional deficiencies to make it easy and more fun to deliver their supplements in their daily drinks. So this is from the world of supplements, something really cool and interesting, vitamin gels and vitamin pods. You probably might have seen already coffee pods, vitamin coffee pods. That is also a thing these days. So check out this next time then when you shop online or go to Whole Foods or another great health food store. So check out some vitamin pods and good pod. Again, the link you're gonna find in the show notes. And then the last piece of news is on sugar. You know, a couple of days ago, I posted this picture of one of my favorite chocolates that I get here in Russia that is sugar-free, and the company uses the mix of stevia and erythritol, sugar alcohol, to sweeten their chocolates, and the chocolate has 40% less calories. It's dark chocolate, so the rest of the ingredients are the same as you would find in dark chocolate, and so it tastes amazing, the texture is amazing, it has less calories, and from my perspective, you know, I never could understand people who say, you know, I prefer the real thing. Well, guess what, guys? Soon you'll never be able to tell the difference between what you consider a real thing and what is a real thing. And how's, you know, sweetener made from, I don't know, stevia and monk fruit is not a real thing. It is as real as sugar. Sugar is made of sugar bits. So what is better about it than about stevia? The point is, there are going to be more and more new formulations of different kinds of sugars, and those substitutes going to be healthier, going to improve your gut health, going to improve your taste experience, but they're going to deliver less calories. They will not have adverse health effects, so you're going to have your sweet treats and you're going to feel amazing and your health is going to be better. So I'm very excited about that. And then your genes will start to feel better, even though you will continue eating your sweet treats. So stay on the lookout for that. And I'm going to link a few articles and a brand of new sweetener, new all-natural sweetener that improves your gut health, and it's made with stevia and chicory root in the show notes, just for you to check out and get curious about it. I'm also going to link the brand of my favorite chocolate that I believe tastes like really, really amazing and like any other chocolate bar, but again, without any adverse health effects. And the news about sugar is more and more people, more than half of the people that were asked about what they think about sugar in their diet, right? And are they trying to avoid that, or what is the sugar deal in their life? And more than half of the people in most countries, actually 60-70% of the people asked worried about their sugar intake, and they believe that sugar has adverse health effects, and they're trying to reduce it and read nutritional labels. So it's a huge trend in the industry, and more companies are getting into the industry to create and find sugar substitutes that also improve your gut health and your overall health, but also improve tasting experience and texture and mouthfeel, so you don't, get any aftertaste like some people get after natural stevia. So all that is being developed, and again, soon all the beverages, all the sweet things will be with this kind of sweeteners that are not bad for us, but actually improve our health and improve our healthy eating behavior and make our hunger healthier. Again, stay tuned for that. And that is also being made easier by governments of a lot of countries, like, for example, in Europe, France, Portugal, UK already introduced sugar taxes that kind of push the producers that use sugar in their products to think about reformulating the products to not pay that tax and to increase their profits. So it is a smart move, and it's definitely going to affect industry the more countries implement that. And I guess the exciting or funny thought that that I got reading all this sugar research is some companies, a few companies in Israel, again, that are very innovative, they are creating sugar that looks exactly like sugar, that tastes exactly like sugar, but it has 40%, sometimes 50%, sometimes more or less sugar, meaning that you get the same product, but because of new formulation and because they make it taste different. So basically you experience more sweetness in your mouth, but but you're going to get 40%, for example, less calories from that sugar. So you're going to get the same experience, but less calories and less sugar. And this is kind of a cool thing because companies are really trying to be innovative and trying to reformulate molecular structure of our sugars, so it is exactly like sugar. It's even better, and it delivers less calories and has less adverse health effects. And of course, I'm a huge fan of 100% reduction of sugar, and that is possible when you use something like the Halo company does. You can check them out also in the show notes, that they combine stevia with chicory root fiber, and so there are no calories, no glycemic index, no adverse effects on your digestive health. It actually improves your digestive health by adding more fiber into your diet, more prebiotic fiber that feeds your gut bacteria. So plant-based protein, food is medicine, trans fats, avoid those foods, crickets, and all sorts of flours, supplements, gels, and vitamin pods, chocolate, sugar-free chocolate, sugar that is sugar-free or reduced sugar. All of that we talked about today. You find all sorts of links in the show notes. So hope you had fun listening to this, and you'll have even more fun checking out some videos that I'm going to link in the show notes and some articles. That's it for today, guys. It was amazing week with you that we dived into the behavior to improve our eating habits. We dived into increasing nutrition of our foods and getting the most nutrients from the foods we buy, from our vegetables and also from our meats and peas and fruits. And next week we will dig deeper into my own actually practice of shopping for food, planning for food, cooking in a super efficient, effective, and nutritious way. We're also going to get a few really exciting guests that are going to increase your nutrition knowledge by like a lot. And also we have some guests who will ask me a lot of nutrition and weight loss, fat loss related questions. So a lot of exciting stuff next week. But till then, through the weekend, do your best to eat better daily. Love you all, guys. Have an awesome weekend, and I'll talk to you next week.